Good evening, my name is Wayne Rozak, and tonight we're going to honor a request of, showing a few things in how to use OBS. We have a colleague that's using two cameras, and they're looking to utilize picture-in-picture. Now, in this example, I do not have two cameras. In fact, let's go ahead and put the video capture on. If you're looking here, two concepts you need to understand about OBS, and that's sources and scenes. Two critical concepts, I guess, would be the best way to describe it. Sources are elements or inputs that you put on your main preview screen or production screen. Scenes retain those mappings, so if you switch scenes, you change placement of those sources. And I'll show you what I mean here. I've got two scenes here. I've got a scene and I got a scene 2, right? So you also have little eyes here, in which case, if the eye has a strike through it, it's not being displayed. Okay? And interesting, it's actually recording this session as well. I didn't ask to record, but okay. I've got two different pieces of software recording this. Anyway, I digress. So, we're going to go ahead and we're going to fire up the test image. Whoops, a little bit of gray here. You don't want that. Then what you can do is you can expand the image out a little bit, right? Pull it out. Nope, no worries. That gray bar is basically extending past your normal scene. So if I wanted to go further out or further in, so no worries, it's filling the full screen. That just means that your current resolution is going beyond your current resolution. Let's say you wanted to show a certain part of that image. I could actually scale it down and show more of it. See there? So I can actually control where that goes. Now, let's go ahead and turn on some of the other stuff. So I'm going to turn my display camera on. It's like, oh, what's that? Well, that's actually a source that actually displays your screen. We're not going to be using that. If you look, it looks like an infinite mirror scenario. So we're going to turn that off. We're going to turn on our video capture device. That's my camera in the corner, showing my face there. We're going to go ahead and turn some of these other elements on. And that element, there's another element there. What picture is that? Oh, that picture is actually off. That picture is actually off screen. See, there's another picture there. And actually, as you can see the bars over here, sometimes you want to keep it and you want to swipe it in while actually doing the presentation. You can actually then grab it and just swipe it in, and there you go. You notice that some pictures are superimposed. Can I change the superimposing? Yes, you can. Think of it as a deck of cards when you fan out cards. Your top card is the one that's on top. The second card is the next one down. Third, fourth, fifth. And if you notice, if you have them fanned out, they're overlaying on top of each other, aka also known in the case of video and photography or image processing are construed as layers. So your number one layer is at the top, and it overlays everything else. And then your second layer is the next layer below that, so on and so forth. So if their layers are the exact same size, what happens is they basically blot each other out. So if you change the size of these pictures, then you could display multiple pictures on at the same time. So let's say, see, this is now showing this. It's like, no, I don't want to do that, but I want all these pictures on to be shown at the same time. So I'm going to click on this one. I'm just going to basically resize that guy. And guess what? Now I've got all my pictures on the screen at the same time. including my video. Now, scenes. Watch this. Boom. Wow, what the heck happened? I'm using the same sources because I'm going to go ahead and add a source. So we click on the bottom, sources, for this scene. If you notice, not all the sources, now let's go back. See, this source list has got, 5 sources in it. When I go to scene 2, it only has 3. Well, you don't have to redefine a source. Once a source is defined, it's defined. So then what you can do is, we're going to go to image because we have more image sources defined than the rest. You go click on existing, and now you're going to add another source. So we're going to add, let's see here, we're going to add test 2. We're going to say OK. And test 2 is a picture of the sky. It's awfully big. Now what we can do now is we can resize that image, which we're going to do on the fly here by grabbing that corner. And what you do is, when you get your elements before your presentation or your video stream, you basically, it's kind of like dress rehearsal. You grab your stuff and you size it and put it where you want it so that you're ready to go. So that you're ready to go with it. There we go. Oh, this was the little boat. This was the little boat here. Okay, so there we go. Come on. There we go. I'm getting a little bit of lag here from my cameras. Okay, so now we've got, if you notice, now we've got this displayed. Again, you turn the eye off, it goes off. Turn it back on. And let's say you wanted 2 images here. What you could do is you could put 2 images in that top left corner, and you just switch between the 2 on sources. But we're gonna keep them here. Now watch what scene does. Scene changes your orientation of everything you've got to map, and it retains that mapping. And when you want to save this map, once you get the mapping all saved, you want to save. You want to basically save your save your settings. I believe it is settings. Let's see here. Okay, apply. I'm going to have to look that one up. File, show recordings, remix settings. View. Scene collection. Scripts. I think you might be able to see on the script. I'm gonna have to look that up. But when I exit out, I believe it should save all this stuff here. But the nifty thing about it is, I can change out scenes and change the orientation of what I see here. So this is what picture is all about. So let's see here. Again, I can put this one picture in picture. I can change that size. I'm picture in picture. And what you would do is, if this was a camera feed, then you could put this inside there. And the other thing too is, if you don't want to overlap, but you wanted to change perspectives, what you could do is, you could have 2 scenes. One scene where you're working, for this particular individual works on quilts in a sewing machine. So you can have a big picture, a higher up picture showing the entire work piece, and then you could have another, and then have the camera small encapsulated here. Then you go scene 2, and then you could actually blow this up and have it where the sewing foot is, where the actual work is being done on the quilt by the sewing machine. And all you do is take scene 1, scene 2, and you can flip these guys all day long. Now, of course, when you're working on the sewing machine or whatever, you're gonna have to stop for a moment and click on the computer, unless of course you've got somebody in the background or whatever that's handling your video inputs for you. But it should be that simple. Now, you did have an error, and it might be because it could be memory on your video card, possibly. I don't know. But it's something. It might not be this related. It might be related to your ability to process the video off of 2 cameras. But I hope this helps. All right. Comment. Leave comments if you're interested in learning more about OBS, or if there's a specific aspect of OBS, and I'll create a video on it and see if I can help you guys out. All right? Take care. God bless. And Godspeed.